had this mobile app for Afterburner.
Okay.
And what it is that you can actually download this on the Android market or Apple App Store. But you can basically control GPU functions. In other words, you can overclock or even monitor on the fly. The monitor settings aren't going to be fancy graph stuff, you know, but you can still see all the basic functions, basic temperatures and stuff like that. So if you're running your card overclock, if you're stress testing something, you can see the settings. And if you're doing a full screen, you know, benchmark or whatever or game, you don't have to exit out of that just to see all the settings. And stuff
and then is that via Bluetooth? Or
no,
Wi-Fi?
it's actually via Wi-Fi. So this just needs to be on the same network as this.
Okay.
And what it is that the layer in between is that you it's a small program, but you basically run what's called a remote server app in the background. So basically you point this. It's already configured to point to the proper port, but obviously if you have a custom IP set up on your router, you do that whatever your way. You just point it to that IP address with that port, and then you allow an exception to Windows for that port. That's it. Well, for that program, I should say.
Monitor and overclock motherboards.
Okay.
So if you look at it from a reviewer's perspective, now you can manually overclock, figure out what settings you want to run, right? Put everything back to default, run a benchmark, and then loop it once. And after you're done looping that same benchmark, you can adjust the settings, and you can loop it again and see instantly what the difference is. Not even like exiting and reading the settings and stuff like that. So visually, you can see the difference in terms of CPU, motherboard settings, and memory, what effects that is. Not only do you have raw numbers to back up whatever your conclusion is, but you can actually see a visual difference, which is a little bit almost like faster, because if you even were to record it on a video, for example, you can have it back to back and you can see the difference. You know, but for the average user, they'll probably just end up using it for monitoring purposes, you know, just so that they can see what the settings are. See, it does have all the speeds, you know, the base clock and stuff like that. This is the basic stuff, you know, the temperature, you know, the frequencies and the voltages, you know.